Let's do this one. This is actually a brainstorming workshop. I'm putting this in place so you can actually do the brainstorming on your own for your essay topics. Very, very critical to go through a workshop process. See how this has been put together, a college essays. Brainstorming can be around your life maps, free rides, things what he did in the beginning of the year, what you believe in, stuff to be travel writing. So basically he's taken some points, offer out of him. It could be a topic name, and start building on top of that, but this thing could be building up more and more and more. Okay, that's typically what we mean by mind mapping. Very important part of workshops. Okay, but prompts, really, what are you like? Who is, if you were given brainstorming prompts, right? Think about who are you like? What's your strongest personality trait? I mean, if there is one thing you could say about your trait, about, are you strong? Are you honest? Are you, there's a whole list of traits I have given out in the list. But what are those traits? And explain to me how you have developed this trait. Okay, that is very important. Not just saying you have this quality, but A, something to explain that. B, how have you improvised on that? How do your friends characterize you? They think you're funny, they think you're helpful, they think of you as a mentor. If you were to have your friend write an essay about you, like a three-liner saying, hey, can you put a Jack, a reference for me? What would they write? They would say, John has been a close friend because he did this for me and he's always there in the classroom, blah, blah, blah. 5 lines, okay? Take a book that you like. Okay, which book has influenced you in a meaningful way? Talk about those books. Write about 7 or 8 books, movies, work of art that you have seen, everything. Okay. Anytime you hit into a moment of epiphany, like, you had an aha moment, you learned something goddamn new. Maybe it was after a hike, or maybe it was after a Thanksgiving thing, or maybe it was after a death or something, right? It's an experience which you were blinded to before, which your eyes opened. So think about, what are you like? What is your personality? Okay. What have you done in your life? Okay. If I'm not looking for things like, oh, I'm the president of the Decca Club. What are some of the accomplishments in life? And accomplishments can very well be, you took care of your younger brother. You've taken care of somebody's empathetic life. You've been there for somebody. Okay. And you have grown as a writer, or as a poet, or as a runner, or as a driver. Okay. What have you done outside classroom that shows your quality to universities? For example, which one of this is important to you? This is not about extracurriculars. It's about, how have you been, with the community? Like, one of my students was writing about baking cakes, what he did during COVID times, and, how he helped some people, just entertain them with his piano, right, recitals and stuff. And what that means to you, that's more important. What have you struggled for and succeeded? How did you succeed? So you've struggled with maybe getting a goal sometime in soccer, or you've struggled with a particular handicap, like you stuttered or something, and you now over time you succeeded. What made you succeed? That's what I want to know. And when you were struggling, what were you going through? How did you pick yourself up when the chips were down? Okay. If you struggled mightily at something and failed, oh my God, how did you respond to that failure? Like, the major failure of life, and how did you pick yourself up? It's not important that you succeeded after that. Okay. But it's important, how did you pick yourself up? Okay. Most difficult time of your life, why this was hard, right? One of my students had a time where he was separated from his sibling for like 5 years, which was a very hard time of his life. And he talks about how he could only talk to his sister once in 5 months, or once in a month or something, and how he used to wait for that phone call, right? And how his perspective changed on life based on that difficulty, right? Where do you want to go? Like, this is the visionary side of it, right? If everything in your life, where would you go and live in Iceland? Would you do something about life? Would you change something? Would you go and work as a doctor? Why would you do what you would do, right? If there's anyone living or died, who would you like to be? Like, this is an important part of, saying, like, maybe, like, I had a guru of mine, right? He died in 91. And honestly, if I could change back in life, I would take some time to go and spend some time with him and just by his side, because there was so much I wanted to learn from him. And then I'll talk about what I did learn and where I feel I miss him even now in my life, right? What are some of your dreams of the future? When you look back at life in 30 years, what would you consider our life to be successful? Like, it might just be having children, giving them a normal life, or it could be very much as simple as smelling the roses because you've gone through a very hard time growing up till now, or you've seen your parents really struggle. The most of the time you saw your dad, the back of your dad, because he was always working, right? You want to be a different kind of a person. What kind of a university you want to go to, which will fit into your plans about the next 20, 30 years of your life, right? You want to be in a small area, in a foresty area, you want to be in a peaceful area, in a more like a metro. Why do you these life, why does life in the next 6 years matter to you, right? Go through that process of thinking, brainstorming. And again, I have documents to explain what these things are, okay? These are some more jumpstart ideas, tips for brainstorming, how you can actually, start with some basic short paragraphs, have a, just make a list of your unique stories, bring some artifacts about your ethnicity, gender, community, major activities. Some of these could spark some stories for you, right? Some of your quirks that you do, right? Stanford and Harvard, they actually ask you to write a letter to your future roommate, okay? How do you make it more interesting? So for example, samples, I have ability to develop different fonts with my handwriting. She's big into calligraphy. One of my favorite words is Ubuntu, which means humanity. So, you can just get interesting. And again, there are lots of websites. I have links over here, which I can send to you. I love to do them, brainstorming. I'm a little old school in brainstorming. I like to do brainstorming like, on something basic, okay? Basic brainstorming to me is, tiny seeds. Some basic things, right? Time I rode a space mountain, time I kicked the winning goal. I find these a lot more interesting. Time when I won the school-wide spelling bee, or time when I failed at something, right? Those are important values. I see those. This is 4th grade, was too my vacation in Disney, too elitist bullshit. Okay, planning your narratives, brainstorming ideas. This doesn't have to be very, very long. Okay, your idea itself could be, there was a flood in your house. Okay, and the setting, what happened over there? Who were the characters involved? What was the coping mechanism that you applied? What was the plot that happened over there? Okay, when the crisis happened. Okay, how was the solution created? So within this itself, you can talk about your involvement, or what you felt about life at that time, and how you changed. This is super critical, the hero's journey. This is the one I keep telling everybody about to think about, okay? Which is, there are 4 parts to a hero's journey, okay? Which is hero, if you look at Harry Potter, Spider-Man, Superman, all those things, right? Even Hunger Games, right? They all show that a hero starts from an ordinary world where he was doing something, life was going great. There's a call to adventure where, the hook happens, where something has happened. Now he has been given a call. Okay. He doesn't want to go to it because he doesn't want to, he has a comfortable life, doesn't want to go for it, or falls for it by mistake. Now he wants to change it, but then he meets a mentor. Think of like Karate Kid, right? The Mr. Miyagi was the mentor. He was going through a hard life, getting bullied, meets Miyagi. Okay. Miyagi teaches him things. He awakens. So like, think of like Luke Skywalker and Yoda, right? Or you look at any of these players, right? There's a call to adventure. You meet the mentor. Mentor makes you go through the road of trials where you learn to deal with things. The mentor teaches you a lot of things. Now comes the first test where you have to apply what you've learned. You approach this, with all your worries, your insecurities. The hero is getting there. And now is the ordeal. Like, he's gotten into it. He's like, holy crap. Now I'm in the abyss. And I have no clue how to do it because Miyagi didn't teach me this thing. This is like the Karate Kid at the end, right? Where he's broken with his knee. But now he remembers something which he learned out of the learning of Miyagi, right? Where he gets over it and now he's able to actually fix that problem, okay? And now, so he's learned something new, okay? Now, sequel, Karate Kid #2, okay? Where he comes back, he's a changed person because of this one story. Okay, and now as he goes through this, the night, they're talking about the interpretation of, what happens, refusal, rescue from within. So read about what the hero's journey is, okay, and how he's now changed even in a bigger way. And now that he's come back to the old world, how he has become a new person. The essays care less about here. This is the separation. They care more over here, a lot over here and here. So try to keep this to like 15, 20%, 25, 30% here, 30% here, 30% here, okay? That's how your hero's journey should work. It's important to talk about activities. For example, if there's a extracurricular you did, okay, and you want to talk about that in the context of this thing. For example, you want to write about your Boy Scout skills or something about tap dance you did, why you did what you did. For example, a hike, okay, that explains what you did in the hike, stuff about it, what you did. This is what happened, okay? Problem you solved in that particular hike, okay? Lessons you learned from that process, impact you had, how I applied what I learned, okay? 5 aspects to it. Remember this format: what I did, problem I solved, what I learned, impact I had on people, what I applied from what I learned, okay? Problem solved, learned, impact, and what I learned after I applied what I learned, okay? So think of it in those formats. These are some college sample essays you can click on and look at them and start getting used to it, because you want to look at some of these. And if they don't make sense to you, challenge it. Reach out to me and saying, I don't like this particular essay, like Common App Personal Essays by Tufts. Some of these schools have done a very good job of writing these over here, okay? Flow, writing style, we talked about this, how you want to have a flowing style, like, see all these words they're using, right? Try to use some of these words in your vocabulary. Okay, this really, really helps, make it look more polished, like the flow, right? When it comes to this, and according to the experts, right, this is how it's starting, contrasting, although, even though, despite, instead of, right? So try to use some of these in conclusion, as an opinion, same thing. So you will realize you start becoming a much better writer just simply because of these things. Organize your essay, start with the beginning, catch the attention, what the prompt is about, briefly tell what the topic is about, what's called as the catch. Then you get into the middle of the essay and the conclusion, okay? Make sure you follow a format, get used to a format. There are different ways to get into formats, okay? This is a checklist when you write an essay, okay? Did you state the thesis clearly? What is the body of your essay? Okay, style, is your language formal, concise? Make sure let's kind of the similar lines where I was talking about the earlier, the rubric, but this is a simpler rubric to make you understand, okay? Tips to your writing, you can just read up on these things. Essay is really just a short story. It's not multiple stories. It's about, how can I have fun writing this? That's very important, okay, in writing these things. Ask yourself, what surprises me about this subject, or about the question, about the prompt? How can I even surprise myself? I thought something and I came up with a prompt, okay? If you're just overwhelmed, just write something very basic. You got to make incremental progress. Rome was not built in a day. You will take at least, like, I struggle with students for like a month and a half to get their personal essays done, okay? Work on that stuff. So write the body essay, conclusion last, okay? I actually feel the conclusion should be written first, okay? Because introduction, who cares, right? We can work the introduction. Write the body, I like it. Write the meat, which is the actual examples you're going to give. Then write the conclusion, and then I would say write the introduction, okay? Don't be afraid to jump around. It's okay. You don't have to go in chronological order. It's okay to say something, make a point and say, but this was not how it was. And, take them back in life and then go in the front. It's okay. It looks exciting. Most movies go that way. Things don't go in a chronological order. Okay. Some words that you don't want to use is you, cliches. These are some basic warm-up essays you could do, right? What are the favorite parts of your last school? Like, this is what you could do in sophomore year. This is actually, let me stop over here.